No! Hello everybody. Since sometimes you'll notice in my videos that I will be yelling at tofu. I'm sure you've heard the word tofu, me probably screaming it a lot, both on my channel and on this channel. I'm not sure if you guys have seen her before, but I wanted to introduce you to Tofu and kind of tell you the story of how me and Tofu came to be. She's not cooperating right now, like she wants to like not be here. So I'm trying to pull her in. In the summer, I posted in my school's Facebook group and essentially said, hey, do you guys know if anyone has any kittens or cats, that they want to put up for adoption or are putting up for adoption, etc. I'm thinking about getting a cat. And then I had kind of decided, some people linked me some shelters, and then I had kind of decided, you know, I'm in college, I probably shouldn't get a cat. It'll be expensive, it'll be like, you know, time, and it's a commitment because cats live a hell of a long time. So a few months later, I'd completely forgotten about this post, and I got a text from a number, because I put my number in the post. So I got a text from this number that said, hey, in Shelbyville at this address, there is a kitten in a dumpster. And I like responded and they didn't respond to me. So Jesus, my ass, of course, has to go over there because, like, you know me, how am I someone gonna say there's a kitten in a dumpster and I'm not gonna go fucking get it. So I go over, it's an hour drive, and I get her, and she is a tiny, tiny thing. I'm gonna move over so I can put pictures here. So this is when I very first got her and brought her home, and I'll put pictures throughout. She was covered in fleas and dirty, and she reeked of cigarettes. Her eyes were crusty, her nose was crusty, and she was a little bitty, tiny, tiny, tiny thing she could fit inside my hat. Look at this, it's so cute. So anyway, the weekend I got her, I took her to the vet. I took her first to the Humane Society so she could get a bunch of shots and stuff for not for free, but for like way less than an actual vet. The actual vet, like, initial visit would have been like $400 for everything that she needed, like the shots and like the microchip and stuff like that. So I took her to the Humane Society, and they did all that stuff for a way better price. So look up your city's Humane Society if you need that. And the only thing they didn't do was the flea treatment, because I wanted to go to the vet to do the flea treatment because they had a really like good comprehensive one. And so I went to the vet, and they kind of looked at her and they're like, okay, we need to do a blood test. And because her nose is white, like sheet white, and so are her gums, and I didn't know that that was like super bad. So they did a blood test, and her cells, her red blood cell count was like, there's like, I don't know what unit it was per, but the average is like 32 per whatever unit, and hers was 8 per unit. If she had continued like that for another week, she would have been dead. So she had severe anemia because of all of the fleas on her. She had some parasites, she had worms, she was dirty, poor thing. And she also had an upper respiratory infection because her immune system is weak. Fantastic, right? So I get this kitten, and I'm immediately getting all these vet bills, which are expensive, as you might know if you have a pet. After the first flea treatment, she got a lot better and her anemia went away. She had hundreds of fleas on her tiny little body. I was sitting in the bathroom for hours, brushing them out of her, picking them off her, like trying to kill them, squash them, and make sure they didn't get anywhere else in the apartment. And even though she got cleaner and she got rid of fleas and she got rid of worms and she was vaccinated and microchipped, etc., she still had this respiratory infection. So she was sneezing blood, which is fantastic because I have white blankets, of course. And I was like, oh man, this is scary. Like, I don't know what to do. She's sneezing blood. So we gave her a shot, and after a couple weeks, she was still sneezing blood. So we had to put her on this medicine that attacked like the root of the problem or something like that. I'm not really sure how this medicine stuff works. I have blue hair, duh. So eventually, you know, as the weeks went on, she, you know, her eyes started being less crusty, her nose started being less crusty, she stopped sneezing blood. And now she's a healthy, happy cat. And I recently got her spayed, and it's really exciting because I'm looking at her playing right now, and she's so goddamn cute. And I just think about, like, if that person hadn't texted me, if I had not made that post on Facebook, she would be dead in a dumpster, or she would have been dead because of her anemia and her infections and her parasites. And she was one messed up little kitty, and now she is happy. So moral of the story, my kitten is cute, and also you should rescue animals because they're great. And we shouldn't treat cats like disposable animals like we do, because I get, Tofu, can you please stop it? Because I get that cats are, like, you know, strong and, like, you know, they can fend for themselves and stuff, but they really do get treated like disposable animals, and especially when they've been indoor cats, that's not good. Love animals is the moral of this. This was a mess. I love you all. Bye. See you next Tuesday, and Jacob Truman, you're up next.